We are back with another episode, man. Shout out. Player profile series about to continue. T Dub, how you feeling, man?
Feeling good, man.
You feeling good? We'll get straight into it, man. You want me to start it off or you want to start it off, bro?
Shit, I guess I can start it off. Man.
All right, man. Who we learning about today, bro? Where you from?
All right. For the first guy, I got a guy from plays for Indiana right now, Jarrus Walker. Not a super big household name, but pretty good guy, or young guy. But Jarrus Walker played college for the Houston Cougars, and he was born in Baltimore, Maryland. Grew up New Freedom, Pennsylvania. He was picked eighth overall in 2023, originally by the Wizards, which isn't like bad, actually. Like, I mean, pretty high pick, all things considered. So it's not like you guys supposed to be a scrub in the league anyway. But he was traded to Indiana immediately after he was drafted, for like it's like a pick swap or anything. I think it was just something like for rights and anything. They just traded for his rights or whatever, like immediately after. And last year he played 76 games, started in 41 of those games for the Indiana Pacers due to a lot of injuries. As you all know, I mean, a big name that everybody probably knows, Tyrese Halliburton was out. I think Pascal went down. They were dealing with a lot of injuries. Indiana had a pretty down year overall. But what Jarrett showed them, he stepped in. I mean, career highs. It wasn't too hard for him to get career highs, but career highs at 11.6 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 2.5 assists. But he showed the team and the franchise that he could actually be a solid piece on their offense. Like if they're fully healthy, and I mean he's putting up those numbers at like the clip and decent shooting percentage he was doing off the bench, he could actually be a key part to their offense, keeping them afloat when they're getting their starters some rest, or maybe they bring them in with the starting unit, running starting lineups. They could run them in bursts, whatever. He can come in and give them some quality minutes. It's not a small guy. Um, so I mean, he overall just increased the team's confidence in him as a young guy. And I mean, like I said, he has potential. You're not going to take a guy at number 8 that doesn't have potential. So he has potential to actually do good things. And hopefully he can keep continuing to grow on Indiana. I'm not sure if he'll ever really like be a starter. It's going to be hard to be. I mean, he's not going to start like over like Pascal or anything, but I'm not sure if where he'll end up, but hopefully he can continue to get better incrementally and at least be a part of a winning offense and contribute in good ways for the team. And I'm honestly expecting Indiana to have a better season. And if they do have a better season, I mean, I don't see any reason why he can't be a part of it, even coming off the bench, giving them quality minutes and quality time. So yeah, my boy Jarrus Walker, man.
Yeah, he really benefited last year from all the injuries with the Pacers because he was able to actually play consistently towards the end of the year. And with the way James Walker game is, he could easily play beside Pascal Siakam because right now the starting five usually consists of like Halliburton, Nembhard, Neesmith, Siakam, Zubac. So I mean, he could easily take the Neesmith spot if Neesmith starts slipping because Neesmith had a pretty down year last year, shooting like 30% from deep. So if James Walker become like a consistent shooter, he provides the same size as Neesmith, but now he provides better shooting, more energy, and he's a young guy on a cheaper contract. So James Walker, man, could easily have a good year for the Pacers. And also for the Pacers, too. They can only go up. They was terrible last year. So shout out to the Pacers, man. Hopefully everything that y'all expected with Halliburton, because the Eastern Conference, when Halliburton towards Achilles to what we're about to face this upcoming year,
Yeah, it's
dramatically different. It's
different.
dramatically different. So that's high expectations for a guy coming off a torn Achilles. But I go ahead and get to my guy, man. We're gonna go to the Motor City in Detroit. I got Aussar Thompson. I've always been big on Aussar Thompson ever since he was in the G League Ignite. Aussar Thompson won a high school championship in Florida. Instead of going to college, he went to the overtime team, to overtime elite, with his brother, of course. But the difference was Aussar Thompson, people kind of kill Aussar about not being a scorer. It's a little weird because he was the more highly touted prospect between the two brothers. Mind you, he played 2 seasons with Overtime Elite, two-time champ, two-time Finals MVP, regular season MVP, drafted fifth overall in the draft. Now, I don't want to touch too much about men because it's the SR segment, but it was clear like Aussar was the better scorer. He was the more aggressive player, the better defender. Yet he still got drafted after Thompson. And all saying all that, I like Aussar Thompson's game. Last year in 73 games, he averaged 10 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists per game. It's not eye popping numbers. It's nothing crazy. It's not like, oh, he's gonna be a superstar. But I still have faith in him. That was only in 26 minutes per game. Aussar Thompson can easily play 30 minutes per game next year because this Pistons team, they haven't made that many moves, as a lot of people know. But also, I think they're kind of banking on Aussar Thompson to get better too, because when you draft a guy fifth overall, you have Kate Cunningham, who's a phenomenal point guard. I mean, he's arguably, we'll just say, because safe to be a top 3 point guard in the NBA. Depends on who you talk to, if you rank him higher than that. Aussar Thompson, if he can even shoot semi better from deep, there's no reason he can't be like a 15 points per game guy. Rebounds can stay the same, maybe get a few more assists. I mean, he's a hell of a defender. He was literally a top 3 defender last year in DPOY voting, win by Yama the winner, and Chet Holmgren. So I mean, Aussar Thompson, I know a lot of people say like, oh, if he ever finds a shot, but I just simply just want to see him drive more. I mean, this is one of the most athletic players on the planet in any sport. And I just feel like Aussar Thompson, due to his lack of offensive numbers, he got to get disrespected. But Aussar Thompson, like, you can't teach what he has. You know what I'm saying? You can teach somebody how to shoot, but you can't teach somebody how to be a 6'7", 6'8" athletic monster who's a maniac on defense with a team first mentality as well. So I expect big things out of Aussar Thompson this upcoming year.
Yeah, man. I'm one of those guys like as you was kind of mentioned. I don't really kill a sword for not having that much of an offensive game. I did find myself getting a little irritated watching their games last year, but I don't even think it was just because of a sword in a sense. I am gonna keep this about a sword because I like a sword's game, but like at times it just felt like everybody. I'm not, I'm, and I don't. That's why I'm not blaming the sword. It felt like they were relying too heavily on Cade as a team and not really thinking like myself, like what could I do to contribute like at this time. And with a guy like a sword, like you said, forget the jump shot. Like, I mean, if he would just kind of just look at the basket more, have like a, I'm not saying that he got to be going out all aggressive and stuff like that because like their guys K, like that's their number one option, their number one scorer. Like, but there should be times where Seward could just put the ball on the court or put the ball on the floor, get downhill and just get a full head of steam because like nobody should be able to stop him. And if Cade had that option, and then you also build Cade's trust in you, like with just like he's like, oh, like I know a sewer, like he about to go get this bucket, like I can kind of, take this play off, let him do what he gotta do. It will help your team overall just with you being more aggressive in that sense, just from taking pressure off of Cade and then putting more focus on yourself. And that way, Cade can, I mean, he can get off even better because like they're gonna like now like Asur is actually more of a scoring threat because the 10 points is cool. Like it's like you score, but that seems like you're just scoring off of like these cuts, back cuts like lobs. You ain't hitting no threes. But maybe his 3 point
No
shots get
jump
a little better.
shots.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So if he just gets just a little bit more aggressive, just looks at the basket a bit more, because he can do that. And I mean, guy is a maniac on defense. I'm not gonna take anything. I hope he don't lose no drive. I mean, because he's a super high energy guy, super high energy. I mean, he's always gonna come in the game and he's going. It looks like he's going like 100 miles per hour. Like him and his brother are like close to like that Russell Westbrook type energy, bro. They just come out there. It's like every game, like they going 1,000 miles an hour. So I wouldn't take nothing away from his game. Is that I just want him to be a little bit more aggressive on offense. That's the only thing I could say.
Okay, man. I mean, for your next player, he went to college in the state of Michigan. So with the Golden State Warriors, man, who you about to teach us about, man? Who you got for us?
Man, I got Yaxel. I got Yaxel. And I ain't gonna lie, I mean, as a Warriors fan myself, I was excited getting Yaxel. I mean, he's closer to his ceiling than a lot of other guys in the draft because he's 24 years old, but it's not a bad thing in the sense of what the Warriors organization want for their team because like drafting a guy, well, first, Yaxel was born in Puerto Rico and he was raised in New Jersey, but and he attended college in Michigan, like we just said. And I mean, last year in Michigan, he played 40 games, averaged 15 points, 6.8 rebounds, three and Oh, 3 assists a game. Pretty solid numbers for a college standpoint and everything. He was drafted number 11 by Golden State. And what Golden State expects from Yaxel, and kind of what I expect from Yaxel as well, being a Warriors fan, immediate impact. Because you're not going to draft a guy number 11 at 24 years old unless you think he can immediately come in and do something for your team. Like, now I'm not saying that he gotta change the dynamic and shift, like, oh, like the Warriors were here and now they're here because of Yaxel. Like, he's not that guy, but he should be an immediate impact player because of his age and him being closer to his potential than every other young guy in the draft. Because there's a lot of studs in this draft class, but he is already pretty mature. I mean, he's seeing a lot more basketball than these other guys, so they expect him to come in and have an immediate impact. And there's even been rumors about him seeing starting minutes. Um, I mean, as early as day one. Like, I've seen some stuff where they said Steve Kerr to let him, compete for a starting lineup position, but I don't really know how to feel now because right now I don't even know the current state of my team. I don't even know if there's been some rumors about Curry may leave, and if Curry leaves the Warriors, I mean, granted, it don't matter what the Warriors got going on. I mean, Yaxel can come in and average 30. It's not gonna make a difference. But the Warriors have a win right now mindset, which is it's just strange. I don't think Yaxel. I mean, I don't think Yaxel will be a bad player. He's not gonna be a bad player. He's gonna be a solid piece. And I mean, he had a pretty good summer league, pretty decent games. But I mean, they were the champions of the summer league. They were actually won the summer league championship. Due to a lot, big part. He played a big part in that. I just don't. I don't see. I don't see the team. Honestly, I don't really see them getting much more wins than they had last season. I mean, unless they're like super healthy, and what I mean is like as far as like super healthy is like Jimmy Butler doesn't get hurt and Steph doesn't get hurt. But if those guys miss any amount of games or anything at certain stretches of times, or one is off and one is on and the other one is hurt, I don't really see the Warriors being much better than they were last season. I mean, the state of the Warriors is shambles. I mean, like they made no trades and stuff like that. So in a sense, I feel like they may be even asking too much of the Axel. And I hope that it doesn't backfire against him and his career because if I'm Yaxel and like I'm technically doing my job, but y'all like, oh, like the team is getting better and he catches like, are they gonna try to scapegoat him? They gonna be like, this guy isn't what we need, you know?
That'd be a bad move if they did that because it's a rookie. Like no rookie's gonna come in and save this team.
Yeah,
Not even AJ Banser.
yeah. I mean, they compare Yaxel to guys like Jalen Johnson, uh, due to he's got a good transition game down the court. It's a pretty good passer. It's a pretty good rebounder, and they even said he's got a little bit of Draymond in him by being a vocal leader. But I expect good things from him. Like I said, like I expect him to be a good player, good solid piece. Maybe I mean if they introduce him to the starting lineup. Me personally, I wouldn't mind him in the starting lineup. Now I know I have to see what he does and see how he plays, but I do. I think that the Warriors need to get to a stage of moving on from the past, and I think that Yaxel should be like a start of the telltale sign. Like that's what they're trying to do, trying to shift. Because my problem is, I mean, they just signed Al Horford. He has like 2 years, 14 million. They got Chris Stapps back. Draymond is unsigned, but he's probably gonna resign. And then there's a big chance that Steph he'll stay. I mean, he's really talked about being a one jersey guy like a lot. Like, I mean, I know he probably is fed up with the front office, but I can't really see him leaving, so he'll resign. But I do think that if the team inserts Yaxel into the starting lineup and puts Draymond on the bench, it could be big things for them moving forward because it just shows like that we are trying to move forward and we can't keep living in the past. Like Draymond, I mean, you were a hell of a player, 4 championships. I mean, you did what you did for this team, right? Like you going to the Hall of Fame, but we just not winning with that no more. We not. So yeah, that's what I got. I expect good things from Yaxel though.
Yeah, I'm torn on Yaxel because I feel like we talk more about Yaxel because of where he got drafted, not because of the player he is. I feel like if Yaxel had got drafted to the Nets or like the Kings, I don't think we'd be talking about because there's been more hype. There's been more conversations about him than Darius Acuff. Darius Acuff is a better player with higher potential, but I do like the fact that Yaxel has all around game. But that could be good and bad, right? You don't want to be a jack. You don't want to be somebody that's great. You don't want to be somebody that's good at a lot of things, but a master of none. Like he's a good ball handler. He's a good rebounder. He's a good defender, solid shooter, solid scorer, but he doesn't do anything great. But that's a really good foundation. Like he's a guy that's high floor, but how high is his ceiling? You know what I'm saying? But I don't see Yaxel coming down averaging 25 points per game, like
Yeah,
on a bad
I don't see
team.
that.
But it depends on what Golden State kind of want to mold him into, right? Because like he can almost kind of be like an Iguodala for you guys. How Iguodala was just like an all around solid guy. He wasn't really anything out there crazy, but he did everything well when he was in Golden State. But they try to make Yaxel like this primary scoring option off the bench or some like knockdown shooter in the starting lineup. I feel like that's not gonna really be maximizing what he does. I feel like he's gonna be more like an Evan Turner when he was with the Celtics and with the Portland Trailblazers compared to being just like, hey, give him the ball and clear out because it doesn't really seem like his game as of right now, in my opinion. So we will see how Yaxel, what the expectation is from Golden State, what's the development, what's the lines he run with. Like, is he going to run with Steph Curry? Because if he runs with Steph Curry, it's like, okay, now they put him in more of like an off ball role. Like in Michigan, he was a pretty, he usually played like the big man spot with the Wolverines. So I'm curious, like him with Draymond and Jimmy, it's like, who does he play more with, Draymond or Jimmy? Because if he played with Draymond, I was like, you kind of got two guys who look to do similar things. Draymond's a better playmaker, obviously, but I'm just very curious to see what type of usage, what type of like lineups he get thrown into. Because with the bench, it's like, hey, I mean, no disrespect to the bench in Golden State, but he'll probably be like a top three creator on that team, which I don't know if that's good or bad for that second unit, but it could be good for his development, not good for the win loss record. But yeah, so I feel like that's one of the few cases where he'll look better in Golden State because it's Golden State compared to if he went to like an actual lottery team, if that makes sense. But
It's my
we'll
biggest
see.
fear, bro. It's my biggest fear. Like
I hope Kerr gives him room to make mistakes because the Kaminga situation was brutal, and Kaminga had like a much higher potential than Yaxel has as of right now.
but Kurt, man, Kurt's so weird though because like we see a guy who can make unlimited mistakes on the team, and he can do no wrong. I mean, with Brandon Podziemski, so it's just like I don't know. I don't know if it's a relationship based thing with Kerr. Like if you got like a better personal relationship with him, he's gonna make you actually play more. But I mean, I don't know if that's like personality clash because I'm not saying that Jonathan Kaminga is a bad guy. I don't think he's a bad guy, but I mean, there had to be some other reason that, just apart from the basketball skill, like that Steve Kerr and Jonathan Kuminga didn't get along. So it's like, what if Yaxel and Steve Kerr don't necessarily see eye to eye? Is it going to be like, all right, minutes start dwindling, like how he did with Jonathan Kuminga? He gonna start here and there, and then people gonna, he gonna be on the bench, and then people gonna be like, hey, why isn't Yaxel playing? He gonna play him for a week and then he back on the bench. I don't want that for Yaxel.
No, I get dope. All right. Well, I got the Houston Rockets. There's some similarity between this guy and the guy I had with the Pistons. So like, there's another guy, good defender, good athlete, phenomenal athlete actually, oversized guard. Also went to high school in Florida, man. And this guy also didn't go to college. He skipped college. So as you may have guessed, I got a Min Thompson. It's one of my favorite players in the NBA right now. Min Thompson last year averaged 18 points per game, 8 rebounds, 5 assists per game, led the league in minutes. Like a Min Thompson monster. I'm very high on Min Thompson. Similar to his brother, a lot of people was kind of down on him. They thought due to Fred being out of the lineup that a Min Thompson was going to be averaging like 20, 25 per game. But I'm like, it's not really a Min Thompson's game as of right now. His game is more like an all around player. kind of more like a fast break transition, drives and slashing type play. Like he's not gonna come down and just beam, beam, beam behind the back, dunk on somebody. That's not really his game as of now. He has it in him, but it's not his game as of now. The Rockets as a whole, they have the same record last year as they did 2 years ago, but it was a dramatic seeding change due to other teams. The offense was terrible in Houston. I can't put that all on Ben Thompson. And I feel like Ben Thompson got a lot of unwarranted hate, in my opinion, because Ben Thompson, he's just like his brother. The sky is the ceiling for him. I don't think Ben Thompson, where last year he shot 20% from deep, that is rough.
That's
That is
atrocious.
brutal. I mean,
Yeah.
if a man can get that to 30%, it's like he's at 20 a game to get that 30%, man. And I mean, 30% is not even like a good shooter. That's just, hey, can you just make every three threes out of 10 attempts?
Can we get it to 25?
But I'm big on the Ben Thompson, man. I feel like a lot of people that saying like he ain't this, he ain't that. We need to start focusing on what these guys are. And I feel like that's not an issue with these coaches where you're like, oh, I need to make this guy do X, Y, Z instead of actually just like highlighting their strengths and doing things that minimize their weakness. And I feel like Ben Thompson, man, Udoka, I was high on him with the Celtics, but I don't think this is the right coach to bring the most out of him for two reasons. I don't see why they wanted the ball out of his hands. Just how similar to I don't know why they didn't want Reed Shepard playing more minutes than what he was playing. Amin Thompson, man, even though I listed everything about Assar earlier, and I thought Assar was the better prospect, the Rockets drafted Amin Thompson higher than Assar for a reason because he got his potential to be not only a scorer, a great defender, but also a playmaker. Before he got to the NBA, he was always known for his great playmaking in high school. Amin Thompson, like if we did a redraft for that class, obviously it'd be Wembanyama first, but Amin Thompson probably goes second because of what we've seen on top of like where else he can go for this next step. So with the Rockets, man, I don't know about Sengun, but with the Men Thompson, Jabari Smith Jr., and Reed Shepard, they still got one of the better young cores in the league. And I expect big things out of Men Thompson for this upcoming year, even potentially an All-Star berth if the Rockets would be a top four seed. So shout out to Men Thompson. And shout out to Thompson twins too, man, because we just saw a guy with number one in the draft last year, Cooper Flag, who also has a twin brother, and his twin brother's on the NBA. So shout out to the Thompson twins' dad and mom too, man, because I never understand how one twin could be an elite NBA player and the other one not even in the league at all. Not a random straight to Ace Flag, but guys, we gotta lock in, man. We gotta lock in. Like if that was my brother, I wouldn't stand for it personally. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
I know, man. Shout out to men. I'm big on the men's game. I mean, kind of like everything you just highlighted, but I like the men a lot. I was on the train of like people don't know this. It's not a lot of people that can guard Curry, or I mean, even like slow him down for that matter. It's kind of like if is Curry off or is Curry on tonight. But when Golden State played Houston in the playoffs, what was that, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
I watched Amin Thompson give Steph hell, and I don't want to admit this as a Steph fan, but Steph didn't really go off unless Amin was kind of like off the court. And then they ended up winning that game 7 due to Amin having a leg injury. He
Yeah,
tweaked
he got
his
hurt.
leg on the play. He played the rest of the game, but you could see like he was a step slow, like or like pulling up on some plays. Like he would be playing D. It bothered him, but like, and Steph kind of just ultimately got the better hand of him. But like a man, just like a sword, bro. Like just demon on defense, and maybe even more potential on offense. Because I mean, we've actually seen a little bit of him. Like you know, I mean, 18 points per game. Like that's nothing to turn your nose up. You got to guard an 18 point per game player. Like he's not somebody that you could just like let go off because he's already shown that he's capable. And a
Without the
man,
3-pointer.
yeah, without a 3 pointer, because 20, we don't need to talk about his 3 pointer, but I mean, if he gets a 3 point shot in him, like you said though, Ime Adoka, like I don't know if it's because he's more of a defensive minded coach, but there's no reason why they shouldn't have tried. Like last year, okay, even though they still had a good season record wise, their offense was atrocious. And since our offense was already atrocious, like why not like let's develop this guy. Like put the ball in his hand. Let's see what this young fella can do. And let's get him more confident in his game because this Amin is the future of Houston. Like that's where you're going, and they talk about in when they're talking about trade talks all the time. He's literally the name that they mention. Like he's not tradable. You cannot touch him in, bro. He's not going anywhere. So this is being the future of your team. Why are we not developing this guy's own ball game more? Like get the ball in his hand. Let's see what young fella can do. Let's get his confidence up. Let's start getting him into the mindset of like this is my team. I feel like that's what a man should be. And like you said, man, sky's the limit for men and the sewer. Like I I like those guys so much. I mean, and they're just exciting to watch just because like they got athleticism out this world. And the hey, if either one of them or both of them start shooting at any type of clip, like you said, 30%, I mean, they gonna be some tough guards.
Literally. Like Thompson twins, man, the ceiling's crazy with those two players. Like, cause you cannot. They have next level like they're not athletic for the NBA. They're athletic for any sport.
Any
Like
sport.
if they were track stars, they would be crazy,
Yeah.
crazy. If they were football players, it'd be crazy.
If you think about it, you had the Thompson twins as receivers on your team. Or I mean,
At their height
tight
too
end,
is
yeah,
crazy.
bro. 6'7". Oh my gosh. You just
With their
throw the
speed,
ball up.
with their explosiveness, man,
Yeah,
yeah, they
you
can
just
just
throw
jump
the
over
ball
anybody.
up, bro. Yeah. Gee.
So, that's all we got, man. I think next video we're gonna cover the Clippers, Lakers, Grizzlies, and the Miami Heat. So we'll get that to you next week. Not saying this is gonna happen, but if there's a Steph Curry trade to the Boston Celtics, we will jump back on this camera immediately. But I don't see Steph Curry getting traded, man. Even though every time I open up Instagram, that's all I see is Steph Curry getting traded to the Celtics, Steph Curry to the Timberwolves, Steph Curry to the Heat. I'm like, it's not happening, pal.
It's not happening. But I will say this. If Steph Curry gets traded to the Celtics, I'm gonna go ahead and say this right now so y'all know I'm not BSing. I will be a Boston Celtics fan next season. I don't care what you all say about me. I don't care what you all think about me. I will be a Boston Celtics fan next season if Steph Curry gets traded. Anywhere Steph Curry gets traded, I will be rooting for that team.
Even the
That's
Spurs,
all I'm saying. I hate it, but even the Spurs.
I want to see him go to San Antonio. I think that'd be cold. I ain't gonna lie. I pull for Boston, but he go to the Spurs,
If Curry, I
25
was
wins.
I was actually talking to our guy. I was talking to Malachi, like I was like, Curry would be a good fit in Boston. He would. But realistically, the team that would do some damage if he went there would be San Antonio. And could you imagine like a San Antonio versus Philadelphia?
Yeah, I'll pick the Spurs.
Yeah. And it's crazy, right? Because like with Philadelphia right now, we got Philadelphia beating anybody. But then it's like if Steph goes to San Antonio, it's like, all right, now we just put the ball back in San Antonio's court. It's like who can beat San Antonio?
I wonder if
But
Golden State would do Maxey and two picks for Steph Curry.
no, they're not gonna get rid of Maxey, man.
Just throwing it out there. I
They're
wonder if
not.
Golden State would. I wonder if Golden State would do it.
Go to well, I mean, Philadelphia not doing it, but I can see go to State doing it. I mean,
It's not
why
nothing.
not? Yeah.
So, all right, man. Till next time, bro. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.